Hola, friends! Welcome to another episode of Camel Wives, where we're sharing the good, bad, and ugly of being a hunting wife. Today, we are continuing to talk about our Christmas shenanigans and all of the random crap that our husbands are still buying this holiday. So, Jasmine, tell us about what Dion has purchased.
Oh my gosh, every day it's a new thing. So it started out the other day when I told you, guess what Dion just bought?
Yes, it did.
If you recall the last episode, we were talking about how he was saying his rifle is pretty much complete, it just needs the bipod. Well, he bought it.
By
And he's
accident?
like, by accident. And he was like, "Oh, look, I got the bipod." I was like, "I thought you weren't going to get that yet." He's like, "Yeah, but it was on sale and I looked at the reviews and it was really good. I just have to change the mount to it, I guess. I don't know what." He was on a mission the other day at Sportsman's for it, but we couldn't find it. So he ordered that. So he's going to go ahead and put that on once he gets the mount. And then yesterday, we were at our neighbor's house because we like to go and watch the football games on Sunday over there. And he's like, "Oh, you know what? We got to go back to the house and check the mail because my tool came in." And I was like, "What did you buy now?" And he was like, "Well, it's a tool to torque the something to mount the scope or whatever." It literally looked like a screwdriver to me. I was like, "Dude, you have like a billion screwdrivers in your toolbox at home. Like, why do you need another one?"
Because he needs another one. Was it a different color?
Yes.
Oh.
And it's got this little fancy dial thing on the side. And I'm like, "I don't get it, but it just looks like a screwdriver." And he's like, "No, this is special. It's specifically designed for this." And I was like, "Okay, I guess. What else are you going to get?" And then he laughs it off and we watch the games. And later on, I go home because I'm an old lady and I like to leave early. And he texts me, he's like, "Hey, my moto package came in." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, I ordered some moto gear for I can ride my dirt bike whenever I'm out
Oh,
and
my
about."
goodness.
And I was like, "How many more presents are you going to gift yourself? Like, how many more packages should I expect by the end of Christmas?"
Well, at least you don't have to work very hard. He's just buying himself Christmas gifts. Santa comes every day,
You
apparently.
know what? That's true. But it's pretty funny because the other day he's like, "Well, babe, what do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "You know what? Like, I don't know. I really don't want anything." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine then." And now I'm finding out that since I wasn't asking for anything, he automatically assumed that he could just get himself some more stuff. So
Santa
he's
wasn't buying you
definitely, I
anything.
know. I was like, "Oh my gosh." What about Lou?
To
Did
be
he get
careful
anything
when you
else?
say no.
I guess I'm gonna have to rethink that because no means no apparently to him, but you still like the thought, like, "Oh, you know what, maybe he's thinking about me and he's going to get me another gift."
He's gonna go to the bow shop, buy me some earrings or a watch while
Yeah, I
he's
know.
there.
He's like, "Actually, I went to go look for a bow for you, but I ended up going home with like some arrows and a new sight and maybe a new release." But yeah, it's just funny how like Santa Claus never leaves throughout the whole year. It's not just during Christmas time. It's continuously throughout the whole year. He's like, "Oh, watch out for this package because this was on sale or this is a really good deal at this time." And it's just funny the things that they like to purchase.
That's hilarious. Lou never misses a moment to buy me something. He went to the gas station to buy Mountain Dew because I forgot to buy drinks when I went grocery shopping. And he's like, I was like, well, I buy those little clear American things. They're like sparkling water, I guess.
Oh, huh.
But he really did not want one. He's like, "I'm just gonna go to the gas station and get a Mountain Dew." And I was like, okay. Well, when he came back, he had me one of those little mango candy things, and I was like, it never fails.
That's
He
sweet.
always stops to get me something. I actually ruined a pair of earrings that he got me from the bow shop. It was that wooden bear paw.
Oh,
I got in the
yeah.
shower with them, and they expanded.
Oh,
And it was
no.
like a little cork by the time it was over, and I ruined them.
You
So now I
just
have to,
forgot to take them off?
yeah, now I have to get another set.
Darn.
And he told me the
Oh,
other day when we were at the bow shop because Lou just bought himself a new bow, because they shop
year round.
year round. He's actually been having an issue with the bow he has. It doesn't, yeah, having an issue. It doesn't pull up to 70 pounds like it's supposed to. So like they've been like they've traded out the strings and they've like looked at all of these different things and now they've reached out to Matthews and they're trying to figure out like why does it only pulls up to 60 pounds and it's supposed to pull to 70, and they haven't been
Wow.
able to figure out how to close the gap in the difference. So Matthew's actually sent them a string to try, and I'm not really sure all of this. I don't know, but nonetheless, Lou was at the bow shop and looking at some stuff, and he found himself a bow. But it was hilarious because he sends me the picture, and then he tells me, he's like, "This bow is wicked fast," and I'm like, "And it's pretty too," because it's like I like the
Love
white camo. I actually own a white camo hoodie.
Uh-huh.
Also love the white pattern. We don't get snow here, so
No,
doesn't
it's
make
just for
sense to wear it.
fashion.
Yeah, I just love to wear the white camel, but it's like a white and brown and gray. It's really pretty to look
Oh,
at.
nice.
Super fast apparently, because he sends me the specs, and I still am like,
You're like, cool. I don't know what any of this
no,
wording
pretty
is.
much. My question was, okay, how much is this thing? And then Santa, paid for the bow.
Santa approved.
Yeah, Santa approved.
I wonder if it was like a manufacturer defect on his bow that it wouldn't pull heavier than the 60 pounds. That's crazy.
Yeah, he has tried all kinds of stuff, and it just won't pull it.
Wow,
It will
that's
not pull the
insane.
weight that he needs it to pull. So he was like, "Well, I'll just get a different one, and I'll sell this one or upgrade it or replace it or do what he needs to do. I don't know what parts it needs.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like,
You'll just look at the end result and be like, it looks good.
yeah, pretty much.
Every time Dion does that, because he'll upgrade his bow every, like, I want to say like every 2 years. And he's like, look at how nice this one is. And I'm like, it looks the same as the other one did. Like, what's the difference? And he's like, well, this one has a double cam and it's got this and it'll do this. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, does it pull the same amount of weight? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so what's the difference? Like, it's all the same.
It is all the same. I was at the bow shop on Saturday, and there was a couple there trying to purchase a bow for their daughter. And there was a language barrier between like the cashier, the young boy that was there, and the customer. And so I'm trying to help them out. And so he tells me, he's like, well, I need a bow for my daughter. And I'm like, okay. When they handed it off to me, what I understood was he was looking for a light bow. So I'm thinking like a teenager or like a young kid, because the bow they looked at was 4.9 pounds, and the bow she pulls is 4.2 pounds. So I'm like, okay, so she's looking for something light, so she must be little. Well, this lady is 25 years old. Apparently, she pulls a diamond bow. I don't know a whole lot about it. That's what it said on the top part of it. And I was like, okay, so, and the bow is tiny. It was like a little tiny bow, but he's like, it needs to be light. And I was like, well, the one I just got is pretty light. I don't remember exactly the number that Lou told me, but I do know it's less than 4.9. But he was still like, that's still a heavy bow. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, yeah, they're light when you get them, but then you add all of this extra
Mm-hmm.
stuff, side, and all of these extra pieces, and it adds weight to it. It's not just gonna weigh what it weighs out of the box.
Right. And
Like,
he didn't understand that probably.
I don't think he understood, because he was there. I mean, Lou and I were there 3 hours because he was setting up like the peep on his bow and all of these
All the
things.
extras.
Yeah. But he was there probably like 2.5 hours
Oh man.
trying to decide like what color and what brand and what poundage and like all of these different things.
I'm wondering if he ended up with a youth bow, because that's the only bow that I could probably think of that's even close to being something that light.
The
But
bow that they had there, that he was like, it's like that one. It was for a lady as well, like an older lady.
oh,
So I don't know. I don't know exactly like what size, but it was it was smaller than the one that I just got,
oh wow, that's crazy. Wow,
and super light. It was a super light bow.
interesting. Um, do you know if Lou's gotten you any other Christmas gifts?
No, I think we're done Christmas shopping for each other. I'm sure. I mean, Christmas is year round when,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
we just go and get what we need. But this weekend he got a new bow. I got a new bowstring because I just got that Eva Gen 3, but it came with it's like silver and black, and my last bow had a hot pink, like the fluorescent pink, and I was like, well, I need to change the string on this thing to now match my arrows.
Is it pink?
It will be when it comes in.
Love that.
Yeah, so he purchased that, and then he got a jacket, like a Western style gray jacket. It's kind of a cool jacket because you know how men carry things on the sides, whether it's the phone or the knife or whatever. Well, it has the option to like undo the buttons on the sides. so he can
Oh.
access whatever he needs to access.
That's cool. That's awesome. Dion also got a jacket from King's Camo too. Now that we're talking about all the things, I can't even keep up with all the things that he's been ordering. And he was like, "Well, it was only in my size, and I didn't know if you would wear a large." And I was like, "I will. So get me one next time." So he tried to go back online, and he couldn't find another one with that same
Oh,
price. I
Dion.
was like, "Oh shoot, darn it! How sad! I guess I missed out on it." But I ended up with a nice camo vest, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Did
Like
he
I
buy
said,
your shoes or you got those for yourself?
I got them for myself. Check these out, y'all. These are pretty sick.
Like the Mukau.
Thanks. But you know, like he spoils himself. I'll spoil myself. And then sometimes we spoil each other. We're past the whole like getting each other gifts randomly. We used to do it too in the beginning of our marriage or our relationship, not our marriage. And now I'm just like, it doesn't even matter to me. I don't care.
I mean, 10 years is a long time.
Yeah, it is. You kind of run out of things to really want at that point. I'm just like, I just want everybody to be happy. That's all I want. I want my kids to be happy. I want him to be happy. And if him ordering the stuff that he wants to order for his bow or his gun or whatever he wants, hunting stuff, I don't mind.
Fair enough. Are you guys going to make it to the bow shoot?
Probably not because he is picking up that job this weekend. And we're not going to have any of the kids. Ooh. Maybe we might see if I can get him to go because it's on Sunday.
It is Sunday morning. Like early. They usually start at 8:30, I think,
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we'll make it, and if not, then maybe I'll just make it by myself.
What
Shoot
kind
a
of
couple of arrows.
what kind of bow do you have?
Geez, I just acquired. It's not a new bow. It was somebody else's bow, but I can't remember. Oh, it's a PSE.
Nice. That's
A
what Lou
PSE.
just got.
Oh, okay, yeah. I had a Matthews. The Matthews was my first one, and it was also a used bow. But that bow was the draw length was too long for me. So every time I draw, my hand was back here, so I couldn't shoot the target that good. But the PSC that he got me is my draw length, and it already came completely set up with arrows and everything. So I was pretty happy about it. We just traded off. His brother makes I think they're recurve bows from scratch. Beautiful, beautiful bows.
Nice.
So the individual that I acquired the compound bow from wanted a recurve bow, and we just swapped straight across for the bows. So I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't have to invest any more money in another bow. And the guy got a really good quality, completely handmade bow. So
Did you experience string burn, like having to pull so far over?
Yes, plenty of times. So because it was too long, I obviously couldn't keep my arm out the way I needed to. So every time I straighten it, it would hit me every single time, and I'd have the big old mark for like a week straight.
That is so painful. That sucks to feel.
Yeah, definitely. And then when my girl started shooting, Alicia was the one to keep hitting herself like that too because her bow was too long. So I got to get her a new bow.
I didn't know that they made the little guard for your arm until
Yeah.
I saw a little boy at the bow shop and he had one on. I was like, I probably needed one of those to start at least.
Yep. You know, I don't know, maybe it's just Dion, but he never gave me anything like that. He's just like, you'll figure it out. It'll be all right. You'll do it once and you won't do it again.
That's pretty much the way it goes. Now when I go to shoot, I have to make sure I bend this for a little bit because I'm like, otherwise this thing is gonna go if I straighten too far out. Boom. And then it's not gonna be very fun.
Yeah, the gentleman at the bow shop was the one that taught me how to shoot my bow good because I mean Dion knows how to do it, but since he's done it for so many years, it's just like a habit. So what they explained to me is I need to just push it like this, and my arm is naturally going to curve out instead of like this. So if you push it like this, you're still in your stance, but your arm is out, and it's not going to get hit by the string. So after he taught me how to do that, I have not hit myself in the arm ever since then. Nice. Even though the bow string was a little bit long, after he showed me that technique, I wouldn't do it anymore. So it's pretty cool. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I didn't do it for the first time until we were out there and hunting. We were shooting the bows, getting ready for the hunt, and then suddenly I was like, wow. And I was like, well, ow. It's the first time for everything.
Did it leave a big old welt on
I
your
had a
arm?
double welt, like,
Oh
because I guess it
no.
ricocheted when it hit me. It was not fun. That was not fun.
Oh no. Yeah, I wouldn't have fun with that.
No. What else? What else are you planning for Christmas?
I think we were discussing with our neighbor this weekend because he really, really, really wants to pack up the discs and some food, and they want to do like a long trail ride with the Can-Ams.
Nice.
So I think we're probably gonna do that either Christmas Day or the day after Christmas, just like as an adult thing because our kids are all gonna be spread out. My neighbors are older, so they don't have any kids. And I figured it would be a good thing to do because we're all getting over the holidays and we did all the family stuff. Now it's time for us to go and have some fun. So I think
That
that's what
sounds
we're going to
fun.
do.
That would
Yeah,
be
you
fun.
guys are more than welcome to join us if you are still in town.
If
I
we're
think
in town. Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna be
planning
out.
that hunt, but we'll see how that turns out. We're still working out the details.
Nice. Awesome. I know that Dion's excited to do the Barberry hunt sheep with
The
Lou.
Barberry hunt sheep.
Wait, yes. Barberry. Barberry sheep hunt.
She hasn't had anything to drink.
I have not, y'all. It's been a long day. I love that you caught me on that. I didn't even catch myself, and then you tell me, and I'm like, oh wait, I did say that wrong. What the heck?
Barberry
Yeah,
hunt sheep. That was awesome.
that's what we're gonna call it now.
Yes.
But he's super excited just because he got the new rifle, and he's like, this rifle is perfect for what we're gonna do because we can see them from far away, and then we can still harvest what we need to harvest. And I'm like, but if they're up on the mountain and you shoot them and they fall, isn't the meat wasted at that point? And he was like, well, yeah. And I was like, okay, so why would you want to shoot it from that far?
Do you eat Barberry sheep?
I was asking him this morning if it tasted like goat because I don't like the way goat tastes. I've tried it many different ways: smoked, slow cooked, deep fried. Like I've tried it different ways,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not good. But he said it's more like a lamb, I guess.
Never had lamb either.
I never had lamb either, but I heard it was pretty good. So I'm not opposed to trying it as long as it doesn't taste like goat.
I'm not a picky eater. I will try everything at least once.
Yeah.
There's like very few foods that I will not eat.
I had froglets for the first time this weekend. Those are pretty good.
Nice.
I will also try something once. We had frog legs and alligator. I wasn't too fond of the alligator. It had a very like fishy taste. I like fish, but I didn't expect that out of the alligator. But the frog legs, when they say it tastes like chicken, it legitly tastes like moist fried chicken. Yeah.
Interesting. I
Threw a
don't
whole
think I've
bunch of
ever
hot
had a
sauce on that.
frog. Had a frog. I don't know what I was trying to say.
It's because I got tongue twisted and now it's your
That
turn.
was payback. That was karma. I'm coming for you.
But yeah, it was really, really good. So, I mean, you got to try something once, like we said. And I don't mind trying the Barberry sheep. But if it tastes like goat, I'm probably never going to try it again. You lied to me.
Liar. Lou and I were having this conversation with Daniel yesterday about how he finds certain like foods strange to eat. We were talking about pig's feet, like in menudo.
Ooh,
And I love like the texture
Yes.
of the pig's foot. Love it. And he's like, I just find it weird. And then he tells me, he's like, would you find it weird if I ate elk hoof? And I was like, yeah, that'd be a little bit strange if you were eating elk feet.
Yeah, I guess if you put it in that perspective, because you don't normally eat elk feet, but
No,
I mean, the pig, it's delicious.
it is really delicious, but that's the way he put it. I was like, well, I guess when you put it like that, it would be a little bit strange to eat the feet of an elk.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Touche, sir. Touche.
Okay.
To be continued.
How did that conversation even come about?
We were having, because Daniel had menudo over the weekend. And so we were talking about
The
how
tripe.
his girlfriend does not like the pig feet. And so we were having the conversation about, I do. I love the texture of the feet. But
Yes.
then Lou's like, I also find it strange. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Maybe it's because we were raised in that kind of culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go all in, like, get your hands and your face all dirty with the menudo and the pig's feet and everything. Delicious.
I mean, I don't know about putting it all over your face. I've never done that. But
Look, it just gets messy whenever you start to eat it. It's almost
I
like
got
eating a
a
mango.
thing about like level of difficulty of food too messy. Absolutely not.
I don't care as long as I'm not like in a public restaurant. Like I will roll my sleeves up and get dirty eating the food. But if I'm in public, then I'm like,
Dude, I won't
have a
even eat a
nice.
crab leg. That's too much freaking work.
Oh my gosh, I love crab legs.
No, I will. I'm like,
I will do
for
the
you're
work
gonna
for
do
it.
all this work and get like a little piece of meat out of
It's
this
worth it.
crab. I'm like, no, that is the stupidest thing ever. I will not do that.
I love it.
I will not do that. I don't like that.
No.
Too much work.
What else are you guys gonna do this week, or the week of Christmas? I know that you're gonna go see your in-laws. Do you guys have anything else planned?
No, I think it will just be Lou and I for Christmas Eve. After all the plans have been confirmed, and then we'll go up and see my in-laws for Christmas Day, and then we'll see about the hunt. Daniel is headed to Houston for the New Year, so I don't know when he's leaving exactly.
What is he doing over there?
He's gonna go with his girlfriend and his the mom and the brother and the sister. They're gonna go up there for a few days just to go see the area, I guess.
That's awesome.
So it'll be good.
That is good. Audrina will be going to Dallas with Danica here this week, and it's her first time ever leaving Las Cruces. So she's super excited about it. I told her, I was like, girl, like it's the winter break, and as long as you guys do good on your finals, like we don't mind you going. We trust you both to go and have some fun.
Are they going by themselves?
No, Danica's mom is taking them. They have family up there in Dallas. So Christmas or even like spring break and summer break, they like to make a trip up there to go and see everybody.
Nice. Daniel's excited. Usually the trips that he takes are soccer related. Like we've been to Vegas, and we've been to Tucson, and we've been to Scottsdale. We've been to California. We've been to Austin, and but in all of these trips,
it's just for
always been just for the tournament. So it's never enough time to actually get out and be touristy and like sightsee. It's really like get in, get out.
So you guys never really got to enjoy the scenery.
We've taken Daniel to Vegas. This last time that we went for a tournament to Vegas, we took Jacob and Jossie, but unfortunately there was a lot of tournament play, so we got there that evening that we got there was the only evening that we got to like get on the strip and stuff. After that it was just game. So there wasn't really a whole lot of time.
And now he gets to experience going somewhere without having like an obligation to go for.
Just enjoy the moment.
That's good. He's still young, and I always tell my kids, the world is your oyster. Don't think that you're just confined to the area that we're in, because there's so much out there to explore.
Definitely. There's a lot. It's interesting. So to think that like Christmas traditions are different, but they're not too different for most people. I think they are pretty much the same, especially for married couples.
Yeah.
I feel like most of us do our best to meet with both families and really keep the traditions alive that we can, or create new traditions.
Yeah, definitely.
For example, Lou and I, a few years back, we went to Christmas Eve Mass, and then we went to the bar where he and I met for our first date. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, I mean, it's just him and I at Christmas Eve. So it would be different for us to keep that for us.
Yeah.
Like go to church. I mean, you probably shouldn't have a beer after church, but we're going to go to church and then have a beer, But I think that'll be cool to make that our tradition.
Yeah, that would be nice. Mix the old with the new, have a little bit of the old tradition that we grew up with, and it's new age now, so there's new traditions to be made. So it's really cool to start something new between the two of you guys.
It's also different. I mean, we're practically empty nesters, so we have to figure out like what these holidays now look like for Lou and I.
Let me know how that goes, because I'm still in the mix of all of it, and we're not empty nesters quite yet.
We're like part-time empty nesters kind of, but it still feels that way.
Yeah. I love my children, but I'm ready for the new chapter, and I'm ready to spend more time with them as adults now. Like we've done the growing and the teaching, and we're in the teenage phase where they know everything and they don't want to hang out with us anymore. I'm excited for the next thing to come, for them to be of age to be able to go out with us and to enjoy the things that we enjoy as adults. So I'm ready for that chapter.
Nice. Yeah. It gets interesting, because as a couple, Lou and I have to get more creative, because I mean our time's going to slow down. Just Daniel graduating from soccer alone, now we're looking at like, okay, what's next? How are we going to fill this time? It's going to slow way down. What does that look like?
Yeah.
So we'll see what that looks like as we get into these next couple of months.
I'm excited to basically be on the outside of your journey because like your kids are grown up now and it's just different. It's such a different shift and your life has been so consumed with sports and like Christmas plays or school events and things like that that like once you're empty nesters you don't know what to do and
Right.
maybe
And,
you guys can do some more hunting and a little bit more scouting and more outdoor adventures and things like that
and
together.
in theory, we'll have every other week to ourselves. So it'll just be us.
That's great.
It's going to be quite interesting to see how all of this unfolds.
Yeah, it really will.
It's a whole different phase of life
I'm excited for you.
during the holiday as we transition into the holidays.
That's crazy.
Even New Year. I mean, last year we figured it out last year that we were basically moving into this phase because for New Year's Eve last year, Lou and I were at home doing
no plans.
no plans. We did nothing for New Year's Eve, and Daniel was out with his girlfriend, and the kids were with their mom, and we're at home watching New Year's Eve TV
In your pajamas.
in our pajamas. And I was
I
like,
love
I mean,
that.
there's nothing wrong with that, but very much I was like, we're still very young. We need to like plan trips or like, you know, plan an outing or something
Yeah.
for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we get stuck in the comfortable phase and you just don't want to do things. I'm stuck in that phase right now. I would rather just go home, get in my pajamas, watch some TV, hang out with Dion, and then call it a night. But I do have to still think about like we're both still young too. And he doesn't like to just stay at home all the time. He loves to be out and hanging out with people and entertaining people. And I think he's a social butterfly, but to the people that he wants to be social to.
That makes sense. I'm an introvert and I have to be mindful of how much social battery I actually have.
I'm extroverted, but I do get to my point where I'm like, okay, there's been too much social time today. I'm ready to just call it done.
Polar opposites. I'm tall, you're short. I'm an introvert and you're an extrovert. Isn't this funny?
I love it.
It is.
That's
hilarious.
why we are like the best duo ever.
We are. We definitely are. Well, I think that's all we have for you guys today.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more hunting experience from the wife's perspective and the good, bad, and ugly of being the hunter's wife
And all of our shenanigans.
and all of our shenanigans. And remember to follow us on TikTok, y'all. We got a lot of fun content that comes out throughout the week. So go ahead and give us a follow. And until next time, stay adventurous, Camel Wives.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.